back again, the social plug.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so everybody, this your boy Spoken JB, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Troy Lawson.
Yeah. So, shout out to everybody who watched the last social plug episode. Well, I wouldn't say watched, or should I say watch, because you gotta only check it out on YouTube. It ain't on podcast.
Yep, you gotta watch and listen, man. We trying to do something new, something different, man. Everybody is going with the podcast route. We want to keep everybody kind of tuned in on YouTube. Who knows where we can go with this? So, if we do this and show people what we're capable of, and we get a lot of you guys tuning in and checking us out every time we post something, who knows? We could eventually go to a podcast format, and we can get on TV, the radio. Who knows? You know what I mean? But for right now, we're just on YouTube. We're not on SoundCloud. It's not on Apple or anything like that, so you can't download us there with the other podcasts. Just check us out here, man. It's a fam huddle right here, man.
Yeah,
right
man.
here on YouTube.
Come back to the YouTube and support us and show us some love. We'll always be here. We'll keep y'all entertained. You won't have to worry about us dipping in and out. This right here is the real commitment that we're gonna get into. So y'all go ahead and spread the word. Let everybody know about the social plug. We're gonna get it in. Today's topic, we're gonna talk about checking people, rumors, addressing rumors and buying into rumors, and originality.
Yes, sir.
So with those topics alone, we had a pretty crazy week last week.
Oh man, it was lit.
It was lit last week. So quite a few things topped off. I would say today I went on World Star, and the trending topics, it was pretty much, I saw 3 avatars of Birdman, and I saw one of Michael Blackson, but that counted as Birdman because it did parody.
Right.
And there's only 5 slots for the top 5 on the trend, and Birdman was 4 out of 5 of them motherfuckers. And let's not forget, he got 5 stars on his head like a Dragon Ball.
Right, yeah, he does. You can find 4 more of him and make a wish.
So let's check it out. So Birdman, how you feel about the whole Birdman thing? What's your take on it?
For one, it was funny. That's off it. It was funny as hell. I don't think he meant to come off like that. I believe I can understand why he's mad though. I can understand because they can't fuck up his money. Talking bad about him as a businessman, that could make people that want to come up as far as in the rap game and potentially want to sign with Cash Money, look at him in a certain light. But at the same time, I believe he did that to himself. When your main man, Lil Wayne, who been riding with you through thick and thin, when he starts talking bad about you, that's gonna have an overall effect on your business. That just takes your credibility down to the drain. Because we fuck with Wayne way harder than we fuck with Birdman.
Yeah.
And that's what's fucking him up. That whole Lil Wayne coming out against him, he let, what's the dude name? Young Thug put his album out, call it, the Carter 6 or some shit.
Yeah, but then he took the title off right before.
Yeah, but...
he was playing with it.
Yeah, but... Birdman is hurting himself. He doing more damage to his own name and his own brand than other people are doing to him. Yeah. This stuff coming out about him, this is what's hurting his credibility, and why people are disrespecting his name and aren't having as much respect for him however he said it, as they did for him before.
Well, my whole thing is, one thing about the social plug, y'all, we want y'all to come into our sessions and our topics, and instead of us just talking about it, we want y'all to learn something from it as well. So the overall drift and the overall spin, what I want to put on it and attack as far as everything what Birdman did this past week is checking. And every now and then, I think I can say that most people, or 80% of the world, has done it. We've all checked someone at least once in our life.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes what people don't understand is checking people, that's just almost like just demanding a form of respect. Sometimes you feel like people, they get out of line, and instead of calling a person up, or you can check people in numerous of ways. But where I think Birdman went wrong was, it was one, what Charlamagne put out there. Well, did you roll up on Trick and Ross like that? And I think the thing what kind of made Birdman walk out is, and what kind of made him lose a little bit of respect from people, it wasn't the fact that he proved who he is, because I think everyone knows that he ain't nobody to be played with. But at the same time, I feel like where he picked his battles, as far as checking someone for who he is, that's what kind of made him look bad. Right. And that's why Charlamagne put it out there and said, well, hold on, I'm just the radio guy. Here's Trick and here's Ross. Here's two rappers that do that, and you lived in Miami with these people, and you've done records and done business with them and everything, but you come after me. And that's where he lost a lot of respect, as far as people in the streets, street code wise, because when you checking people shouldn't come with a weight or a size or certain type of look or a job category. When you check people, it's almost like the line of what T.I. said in his I don't know what song it was, but when he said, I don't know what you do for your respect, but I'm gonna die for mine. Right. When T.I. went after Floyd Mayweather in the name of his wife, in the name of his marriage, and took a swing at this nigga, that's it. This nigga Mayweather retired at what, 49-0? Yeah. 49-0. So this is just T.I. now. He's not no trained fighter or nothing. So everyone knows deep down inside, if it really came down to it, Floyd would knock the monkey shit off of T.I. But in the name of respect, in the name of being a man, it didn't matter who the fuck he was. And that's where T.I. got the utmost respect as far as the G code and G status, because he proved to everybody, like, look, man, I don't give a fuck how small I am, what I look like, who you are. I'm a man and I'm willing to die for mine. And if you Birdman, you supposed to be this, this boss, this stunner man, this guy that holds this image, to let everybody know I don't play that shit. And and he's Mr. What happened to that boy? Yeah, you gotta be clean with it all across the board. And I think that's where he kind of messed up at.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the image. Man, rappers are liars, man. Let's just put that out there. Rappers, for 80-90% of these rappers are liars. They're liars, man. This image that they keep up and the shit that they feed to the general public is all bullshit. They're not really that tough. They're not really doing this shit that they say they do in their records. Now, some of them are. Some of them are about that life. I'm not saying this across the board, but the good majority of them are full of bullshit because they know the general public is stupid. And they'll eat up anything that they see on TV, and anything that's put out to the masses, they'll eat it up. So these rappers know that, so they sell us this image of masculinity, of toughness. But when real shit pops up, real situations in life come around, they fold, or they show us their true colors. Like T.I., like I know, man, you can check some of these guys' arrest records and shit like that. Like T.I. been in jail plenty of times.
More times than Birdman.
Yeah, not glorifying that shit or saying that's cool, but it is what it is. I believe if you run up on T.I. with some bullshit, he gonna give it to you. He gonna give you what you deserve. Gucci Mane, Lil Boosie, like these are some guys that you just don't want to play with, and I think people like Birdman, I think Birdman will do something to you.
He definitely would.
If it come down to it, Birdman will do. He might not personally do something to you, but he connected enough to where if he wanted to put a hit on your ass, you up out of here. But at the same time, you got to look at picking your battles. Ross, like Charlamagne said, Ross tried you, Trick Daddy tried you. You didn't run up on any one of them. You didn't go see about them and didn't hear. He didn't say anything about it. He kind of swept it under the rug. But you just gotta own it, man. Like if you're a Birdman and you're running, first of all, you're running up in a radio station with 7 guys, man. 7 people, bro. Really? Did you really need to go into the Breakfast Club? It's It's Charlamagne, DJ Envy, and Angela Yee, who's a woman. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, there's no way all of that was called for. He really just made himself look stupid. You went in there and you said, "I'm here to talk to you as a man, face to face," and you didn't even accomplish that. Because when he took off his glasses, he said, "I'm going to talk to you like a man." Charlamagne says a couple things you don't like, and you run up out of there. It was bad for his overall brand and his overall image. He's really gonna have to put out some hot shit to come back from this.
Come back from what? It doesn't matter. No, nobody care about his music, bro.
Now, but Birdman always aligns himself up with other hot artists.
I mean, he's the alley-ooper in the game.
Right. Kind of like a Diddy,
He's the alley-ooper in the game.
Yeah.
He knows what he's just doing it on a more gutter level.
Right.
Yeah, so, but that's the whole thing about that part. If you're going to be out here checking people, make sure you do it all across the board. Don't just pick your battles when it comes to it. If you say you down for your respect and you all on that, then you can't be picking and choosing who you want to give it to, because we know how the world works. So just be real with the game, all right? So the next thing we're gonna get into is Beyonce and rumors. So buying into rumors. I guess over the past couple of days, it's been tweets. Well, you hit me up telling me to check my Twitter.
Right. Basically, it's been put out there that with Beyonce's Lemonade video, which I haven't seen. So don't Beehive, calm down. Like, I don't got nothing against Beyonce, but me personally, I just don't listen to a lot of Beyonce's stuff. And not that I have anything against Beyonce. I think she's great. She's terrific. I actually believe Beyonce's the closest thing we have to Michael Jackson right now. That's alive. I believe she got that torch. But at the same time, she doesn't sing about anything that I can personally relate to. I get it. Like, she's talented, she can dance, but I can't see myself riding around listening to like a Beyonce song. Even though I think she's great, talented, it's just not my hype. So I haven't seen the Lemonade video. I've seen like a few images and stuff. So I understand it's kind of like an hour-long like music video, with different topics, telling a story or whatever. But it started swirling around like on the internet that she cheated, that the story's about her cheating on Jay-Z with Rachel Roy, who happens to be Dame Dash's like ex-wife or whatever, which I think is stupid. I don't even think. I mean, for one, her and Jay-Z own Tidal, so Jay-Z's a part owner of Tidal. Why would you cheat? Why would Jay-Z? You would get cheated on by Jay-Z and put out your work on his fucking streaming network. That makes zero sense to me. And somebody explained to me, well, she's telling a story about her mom, where her dad cheated on her mom. That makes a little more sense to me. But I think that we as fans and we as consumers of this stuff, we got to start thinking. Like, we can't be jumping to conclusions about, people's personal business. If she doesn't put it out there that, yes, this is a personal song about Jay-Z cheating on me, I don't think we should be quick to jump to conclusions. And Rachel Roy just had to basically make her Instagram account private because the Beehive just swarmed on her ass, like lit her goddamn pictures and stuff up. You know how y'all do with bees and lemonade, lemon emojis and shit. Basically just bullying the shit out of her about something that y'all don't even know is 100% true. And I think that shit is whack. I don't think that's cool when you don't know 100% sure. Yeah, she posted a picture about good. Maybe she was listening to the Beyonce song and was like, okay, yeah, I got good hair. That don't mean she talking about fucking Jay-Z. She just probably heard the song, heard Lemonade, good hair, don't care. Y'all just took that and just ran with it and basically just trolled her off the fucking internet. I mean, she got kids, family. Come on, man. We just gotta be smarter consumers and quit jumping to conclusions about shit. That's what I think.
You ain't watched Lemonade. I watched Lemonade. And I'm going to watch that bitch 3 more times. I'm going to watch that bitch about 3-4 more times. I watched it last night. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I heard at least about 60% of the words. The other times I was kicking back, smoking, just paying attention to the creativity and all that. And plus, the whole thing was an hour long. It was her whole album. I liked the whole Lemonade concept. I absolutely loved it. And it's one of those type of things where you can't listen to it and watch it one time and then, you know, take everything from it. You really have to watch it at least 3 or 4 times to really like come up with a full opinion and statement when it comes to Beyonce and that actual project. But as far as what I gotta say, as far as her personal life, I feel like when it comes to Jay-Z and Beyonce, their business will always be their business. And anytime when we find out about some stuff, we gotta always put in the back of our mind that if we hear about some things or any type of allegations or rumors, it's probably old as hell. It's probably old. It's probably something that's been done a while back. And when we get it, when it comes to Jay-Z and Beyonce, because they're so good at maneuvering through the rumors and keeping their life private, y'all gotta always keep in the back of y'all mind that we're not gonna know everything when it comes to them, and it's always gonna be a guessing game. Right. We ain't gonna never know. It's never gonna be a time when Jay-Z gets on Twitter or Instagram or Beyonce just spaz out on the internet and say F Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. It's never gonna happen. And plus, it's too much money tied down, and they realize as far as, and especially as far as celebrities and black couples and black family. They're the leaders of this shit,
right?
As far as perception, so they understand that every little move that they make, whether they like each other or not, it's not even about them no more. Like when y'all on that level, you have a lot of people looking up to you, and you know they wanna be like you. They wanna live the life you live, and the best thing they can do is put work out and then kind of like show people through their craft, this is how you're supposed to live, this is how you're supposed to move, and this is what I believe in. I'm not saying buy into everything, but at the same time, y'all gotta understand that they have a lot on their plate, so many of the moves that they make, it's gonna be for us. It's gonna be for us, and a lot of shit is not even about them. So give them a lot of slack, get them a lot of credit. Whatever you hear about them, if I was us, especially black folks, I wouldn't even be talking about they shit. I wouldn't even be slandering them motherfuckers because we need them. We need them, and we don't want to kill off people like Jay-Z and Beyonce because we have to protect them. And I feel like us, as far as people, we don't protect our entertainers, black people. We don't protect our entertainers at all. Anytime when some stuff go out, we got to be the first ones to run out and that like it's high school again. Mm-hmm. So let's get off that immaturity shit. Let's get off that immature shit and let's start growing the fuck up. And it's okay, you know, to call your homeboy up, homegirl up, or whatever, and talk about a certain type of issue and move on. But us, as far as like taking every little thing and running in the ground, we gotta get off that petty ass bullshit because, you know, come on, man. Like
my thing is they've never put their personal business out ever, like in a way that makes themselves look bad. I don't even think they've done an interview like together, like sitting down and like so why would she make an entire song about Jay-Z cheating on her?
Well, you didn't watch Lemonade, all right? So you gotta.
It's no way,
all right, just take that. We're gonna leave that for all the listeners who didn't watch it or whatever, and leave it for people like you, whatever. I'm gonna let you come up with your own form of opinion or whatever. I saw it, but I gotta watch it again 3 or 4 more times.
So you think she was talking about Jay-Z and that shit?
I told you I heard 60% of the words. I'm not gonna put it all out there because I ain't gonna make myself look dumb. But the whole album itself wasn't about Jay-Z. No, it was about empowerment of black women and a lot of other different things. It wasn't just about Jay-Z. I don't know where that whole Jay-Z and cheating thing come from. Maybe I missed out or whatever. I'm pretty sure she threw some things in there, you know, showing out her flaws and stuff like that. But I actually liked the whole part when Jay-Z was in there because Jay-Z was actually in the Lemonade thing. She did a little scene with him. But the thing is, I didn't hear all the words what she was saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. So it is what it is.
I mean, I just don't like that people jump into conclusions about thinking that the whole entire shit is about Jay-Z cheating on her. Like,
I mean, you know, but a lot of people, you know, and we all know that when it comes to HBO, a lot of people ain't got HBO in their crib. So a lot of people took that shit and ran with it.
Right.
Just that's what high schoolers do. That's what middle schoolers do. That's what black folks do when they don't check in on some shit and come up with their own form of an opinion. for themselves, we start talking prematurely.
I mean, that's why people don't like me, because I always form my own opinion. You know, because even when I was a kid, bro, like, everybody would agree on some shit. I disagree just to disagree sometimes, just so I can have a different opinion or a different view on shit. I think a lot of people, they don't think. They just use other people's opinions and let that form their own opinion without getting inside of your own mind and forming your own opinion.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
And it all runs downhill, especially with social media, like Twitter and Instagram. You're seeing all these people, you're getting all these different opinions, and it forms your opinion.
Yep.
That ain't cool.
Yep. And like I said, man, y'all form y'all own opinion of what y'all want to talk about. It is what it is. But moving on, Originality, Future and Desiigner. Now,
Panda.
Now, I guess the number one song right now in the country is Panda.
I still haven't heard it.
By Desiigner. I got broads in Atlanta.
That's all I know. That's all I know. That's all I know. I got broads in Atlanta.
I got broads in Atlanta. But he does sound like fucking Future though.
Just like him.
So,
just like him.
Well, you say you never heard the song?
No, I've heard him on Kanye shit. The only version I've heard is on Life of Pablo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But I haven't heard Kanye's version is like, he took that Panda song and kind of, did his own thing on it. But I've never heard the whole song Panda.
Yeah, I feel like
I refuse.
I don't know, man. I don't really know how.
If you're Future though, I can see him feeling like, yo, this nigga took my shit and ran. You know what it is?
Well, how do you think T-Pain feel?
I was gonna go there, but the whole thing is, like, you don't get mad when somebody steals your shit and they don't really do shit with it. Like, they're small fries, they don't blow up with it. But when somebody steals your shit and they do just as good as you or better, now you get in your feelings about it. Cause like, if somebody takes your shit and it doesn't go nowhere, it's just them and they family that see the shit, you don't give a fuck. But when somebody take your shit and blows the fuck up, and they don't give you credit, that's the problem. That's the problem. If you gonna take somebody's shit or use their shit, shout them out, nigga. Like, say something. Future Desiigner gotta say something, bro. Cause clearly you were in, and you from New York, right? You're not even from the South. Not even from the South, bro. Like, clearly you were listening to Future or whoever the fuck, and you took that man's shit and ran with it, bro.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I really much ain't got too much to say about it.
You ain't got nothing to say about no Originality? Anybody ever stole your shit?
No. I got something to say about Originality. I just ain't got nothing to say about people like Desiigner, because I just feel like you don't get no respect from people like me, so I won't shed no light on you. But I'll talk about Originality, though. He just not gonna get no light from me. He's not gonna get no light from me because he sounds just like Future. So I don't want to even give him.
I mean, but what you were saying with like T-Pain, because remember when T-Pain had some issues with Future about.
But at least Future, I mean, yeah. T-Pain had a couple issues. I mean, it's a lot of people out here that T-Pain, I'm pretty sure, would say kind of like spun off of his style, but at least they didn't straight up steal his shit. Like this nigga Future, I mean, this nigga of Desiigner sound, he verbatimly like stole Future's whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's a whole nother story.
But Kanye kind of co-signed that shit too, by putting him on the record.
And if I was Future, I would feel some type of way about Kanye co-signing that because, man,
come on, I got bras in Atlanta.
That was the
man.
That was a political move. That was a political move for Kanye just to get some money. And Kanye, he's the type of person, he's always gonna stay around like the young entertainers and influencers in the game, because he's always gonna be willing to roll that dice, because he realized now that he's on top of his game as an OG, but he doesn't know everything. So he's always gonna like hang around like younger guys, whether he agrees with their lifestyle or the lyrics or not, because he's that open-minded, and that's why he's still relevant. So whether he agrees with Desiigner's lyrics, lifestyle, whatever, Kanye doing it, one, for money, two, to stay relevant, and 3, you know what I'm saying, just to see what comes about it. And he knows what time it is. He knew that nigga sound like Future.
Got to.
Before he signed him or whatever he did, co-signed him. So it's just a political move. It's just a firework in the sky that's just kind of entertaining to watch for a second, and everybody's just waiting on those sparks to die down. And this is the moment where we all have to look at it and say, is he gonna go away or is he gonna stay? And I always tell people don't really fall off in the internet era, especially if you got your own platform. So, but who knows, because he could be one of those type of, I'm just waiting on somebody. Here's my thing about if you're gonna steal somebody's shit. If you're gonna steal somebody's shit, I would never do this. I'm not condoning this, but if you're gonna steal anybody's stuff, at least come into the game, do exactly what they do better, and then just switch the game and then just come with a whole nother style and say, this is how I really want to rap. And then go back and say sorry. and then give some money back to the person who you stole the shit from.
That wouldn't work for Desiigner though.
But that would work if he did that though. He went back to Future House and said, here bro, here goes some bands, my nigga. I know I've been stealing from you for a couple years. I really got my own flow, my own style now. I just had to get out the hood, my nigga. And if you see pictures, if you see videos of him, this dude Desiigner, he all on the label table doing the old Bobby Shmurders and shit.
Yeah.
Like this nigga's a real life. I mean, you know, he coming off as a coon. I wouldn't say he is a coon because I'm going to give him a benefit of a doubt, just like my boy Academic said, because he's a nigga coming out the hood, and he that nigga with dabbing, and he doing all kinds of stuff. He just trying to get out. He looks like a guy, I'm trying to get out. And when he go hard on the stage and he'll picking up some physically disordered guy or mentally disordered guy, and him throwing up on stage, it just showing me how hard he willing to go for the shit. So I'm not gonna knock his grind and his hustle, but when it comes to that originality stuff, I don't co-sign him at all. When it comes to that, I just hope that you switch up your flow and pay some homage. And pay homage when you steal. Pay homage, bro.
That's what I'm saying, cause it's nothing to see some shit and get inspired by it. That happens to me all the time. I see some shit, oh man, that's dope, you know, and I get inspired. But at the same time, man, you gotta give credit to the person that you're taking it from, you know, and that's pretty much the problem I have with Desiigner. And it just shows how the consumers just don't give a fuck. We don't. Like, consumers don't give a fuck about originality, creativity. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit. As long as when they hear that shit and it's jamming, and, you know, I bet some people when they first heard it, they thought it was Future, because I did. When I first heard Life of Pablo, I thought that was Future.
Yeah.
You know? But people don't care about that shit. The people in charge don't care about that shit anymore. The people that are making these decisions to put these people on and putting these people in positions, they don't care, and we as consumers obviously don't care, because if Panda's the #1 song in the country right now, we clearly don't give a fuck.
Well, here's my thing. I feel like the labels, they never cared in the first place. They always gonna respond how the people respond.
Right.
So the people, if they say they not fucking with having 3 biggies in the game at once, then the labels won't push.
You remember that? Remember they had that other dude that would sound like just like Biggie. What's that nigga? He's from California. Big something.
I don't know, but hey, ain't got
that. But this is not what I'm trying to say. Is this is nothing new? I've seen this happen a million different times.
They've tried it and it never worked.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
But this is the internet that's pushing this shit now. So this is the people talking now. So
Gorilla Black, that was his name. Gorilla
right.
Black. That nigga sounded just like Biggie, just like him. Had a song come out, you know, he got one cool little song and that was it. He was up out of here. I've heard a nigga that sound just like Jay-Z come out. You know, it's happened, but you gotta put your own little twist on it. Cause to me, what's the nigga name? Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap is the same shit as Future. Same shit. Young Thug, all them niggas is the same, but they all have their own little twist of how they, you know, kick their shit or do whatever it is they do.
They all definitely live the same formula.
Yeah,
they live the same formula, but all sound different.
It sound at least they sound.
They all
different.
have they all have their own swag.
Yeah, but where Desiigner is fucking up to me you sound just like Future. You sound just like him. Your songs have the same rhythm. Everything is you're copying Future, bro.
All right, well, we'll see how far he go with this. Hopefully, he can flip this thing around and pay some homage to my boy Future.
It's too late though, cause we just watching on World Star. A Future called him out and Sierra out about cause Future was at a concert and shit was going left, and that nigga called out. So y'all must be some Desiigner and Sierra fans. So clearly Future ain't too happy with that nigga right now.
Hey man, it is what it is. So that's the game, man. And that's another thing too. For everybody out there trying to do stuff, trying to put out any type of form of creativity, if you don't want to be copied, make it hard on these niggas. That's the best thing I can say. If you don't want to be imitated, make it hard on niggas. And sad to say, it's easy to make music like Future. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. You know what I mean? So, nobody. When Michael Jackson was in the game, it was only a select few people that felt like they could be and be better than Michael. So, what I'm trying to say is, the game is because the game is diluted now, and it just doesn't matter about talent. Everybody can do it. You're gonna have people imitate you, and imitation is gonna be on a level 10, especially in this day and age. So, if you don't want people imitating your work or whatever, not saying that people's not gonna take a little something from you, but if you don't want people straight up taking from you, then you gotta make it hard on these niggas.
And I guarantee you, motherfuckers that's trying to book Future, because Future's probably pretty expensive to book. You can't book Future right now, you gonna book Desiigner.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that is true.
Promoters that got parties and clubs, okay, let's call up Future. Oh damn, Future want $100K just to do a walkthrough?
And
I know Desiigner ain't charging that.
And that's another thing about today's game. Promoters and the people, y'all gotta get back to respecting people. Like, this ain't got nothing funny to do. And I hate the fact that Birdman did that shit, because now niggas can't even walk around and say respect no more. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can walk around and say respect. But the thing is, y'all got to get back to respecting people and respecting the art and respecting, just having some lines that you just will not cross when it comes to entertainment and when it comes to artists that you truly embrace. So if you've been embracing Future all this time, and this is the person who you've been funding and dropping your money to and buying all his project, showing his concerts or whatever, not telling you what to do, but we gotta get back to the time where we put people out the game because you were just playing corny. We put people out the game because you were a fraud. We put people out the game because you come in on that bullshit and you're making us all look bad as a group. If we don't get back to that shit, it's always gonna be a mess. It's always gonna look like the Wild Wild West, and it's always gonna be imitation and all the other stuff because we don't have no rules. So the first thing we gotta start doing is having standards on our choice of music and our artists and holding down the artists. The reason why artists fall off is because we so used to dick hopping from the next motherfucker to the next motherfucker. So if you've been embracing somebody like, Future or whatever, if you truly don't fuck with Desiigner and you don't fuck with what he do, don't put your money towards that shit. I'm not saying don't support him. If you fuck with him, go ahead. But if you got to get back to the respect factor thing, man, because that's the reason why artists don't stay around, because the fans dick hop, and because there's so much option and so much entertainment, nobody can make up their mind on what they truly like nowadays. So make up your own mind and put a standard on what your selections are as far as artists and stuff, and support them to the full blast, because people like Willie Nelson and all these other country singers and stuff like that, white audiences, Asian audiences, Hispanic audiences, they people are straight until they die. They can have concerts, sold out concerts, and they people will show up. Black people are the only people, especially nowadays, where we don't really support them towards the end. I don't know who's going to make it over until they die and have concerts. I know Kendrick made it over. Kendrick definitely made it over. The old school 90s, they made it over. But as far as this new generation, I don't think a lot of niggas going to make it over until they die.
I think though too, with hip hop, if we're talking about hip hop, hip hop is a young person's game. Hip hop doesn't grow old gracefully. You know, it doesn't transition to that 40 plus 50-year-old I'm a legend type shit. You know, it just doesn't transition. Like the younger crowd is not going to listen to like a fucking 60-year-old a 60-year-old whoever, LL Cool J, talking about you know, what was this?
But your audience,
it
audience
looks stupid.
But the thing is, the audience grow with you.
But your audience is 60 years old.
But what I'm saying is, white audiences, they grow with their people, and they stay with them until the end. Us, we fall off of these people, man. I'm talking about now, this generation, like the 90s generation, they're fine. Like the Bad Boys, the you know what I mean, the Murder Incs, the Babyface generation, the Genuine, the Donnell Jones and all of them, the John B's, they all good because they can hold concerts. The Boys to Men, they can hold concerts today and people still show up because the audience grew with them. The younger generation, like my sister's audience or whatever, like the teenagers now, they don't know shit about them. They're not going to support. So they're in the same lane. It's just that, you know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is this generation is going to be fucked because of the talent. If there ain't no talent, how can you really grow with somebody if they're not teaching you nothing? Like, how can you grow with somebody if you're not putting out real substance?
That's what I'm about to say. I think it's the content that people put out. That content.
Like, a Young Thug really gonna make it? I'm gonna just put him as an example. Is he really gonna make it till he 80?
Fuck no.
Having concerts?
Fuck no. I don't see it. I mean, it's possible, but I don't see it. Kendrick Lamar, because he talking about real shit.
Is Future gonna make it?
It's still early. It's still early. Future got a chance, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. And like, be honest with you, bro. I didn't even fuck with Future at first. Like,
I didn't either.
When he first came out,
I
was like, it's cool, but you know, he really showed over this amount of time. Like, he really can like put out.
He can hold his weight.
Yeah, he can be consistent.
Everybody thought he was gonna fall off a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he stayed afloat. He actually got hotter.
Yep.
His shit is like electric grease right now.
Right.
Like, he cannot be stopped.
No.
And,
but back to what you were saying about like the Willie Nelson, why that white audience kind of, you know, grows a little bit better with who they support.
Content.
It's the content, and I think too, we over sexualize a lot of our material. So like, if I'm 60, 70 years old, I'm not singing about no fucking when I fucked you in the back, you know, I was hitting it from the back and you stroking that pussy. Like, I'm 60, 70 years old. Like, that's not, that kind of stuff isn't going to transition into, you know, my adulthood. You know, so I think too, as artists, we got to challenge ourselves. And I put us in that too, because we do comedy or short films or whatever. You got to do stuff that transitions. You can't, and I heard something that Dr. Dre said, and I listened to his music, and it's right. He never puts a time,
never date your music, never date your content.
Yeah, like doing something that's popping right now or current right now. Okay, everybody's dabbing, dab. Don't make no fucking dab song and expect motherfuckers to be singing about the dab like 20 years from now. You got to think about shit like that. Like, do stuff that's going to be current right now and current 20 years from now. Think you just gotta dig a little bit deeper into your vault. You know, don't just get that shit that's on the surface that you know will go right now, man. Dig a little deeper, you know, and the artists that transition into, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40 years from now, they did that. Like your Dr. Dre's, your Snoop Dogg. Yeah, they've had a few songs that were some bullshit, but overall, they're challenging themselves with their creativity.
Exactly.
And I think that's the real problem with our genre, with hip hop, as far as the black community. We just give we're like crack fiends.
Would you say hip hop or just our entertainment? I would say our entertainment now.
Yeah, our entertainment.
I wouldn't even just say hip hop.
Not hip hop. Okay.
I would say black entertainment. Period. Right now.
We want the quick fix. Like, give me what's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? Not something that I can relate to 30 years from now as well. You know, something I can have fond memories looking back on. Like when the Fresh Prince still comes on MTV, BT, gets crazy views because the shit they were talking about and the stuff they were doing is relevant today. Yeah. You can watch some episodes where they have like an episode where a police officer was fucking with Will and he had to go to court about that shit.
Yeah.
That just happened, you know? So we got to challenge ourselves with our material and our content that we're putting out there. Don't just do some shit. And I hate that I'm talking so long, but I hate this too, where like a lot of content creators, as far as people that make videos and stuff, it's a thing now to where you got to put out a video about what's going on right now. Because you know you're going to get all this, you're going to get so many views about if you do something current. Like I saw so many Birdman videos the other day, parodies off of that shit. Are we gonna care about that shit even a month from now?
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
But we lock ourselves into, and as content creators, we have our own platform. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Why let the fans, why let the people dictate to us and tell us what to do?
Exactly.
We're the creators. We're the ones that have the artistic ability to do whatever it is we want. We should be doing what we think is hot, not what they think is current and popping.
Because that's gonna do nothing but dilute our career.
It dilutes everything. It dilutes YouTube.
Everything.
It's YouTube. You know what I mean? It's
all about you.
Do what you want to do. You know what I mean? And I think those are the people that have been on the platform, that have lasted and still put out good stuff. I mean, yeah, you can do some current stuff, you know, because you want to give people at times what they want. But if you consistently just always trend hopping, just trend dick riding,
you're not gonna last.
You're not gonna last,
and
man.
it's gonna be somebody else that's gonna do the same thing you do, and you're not gonna be hot.
Exactly.
Because your fans gonna grow with you, but no one. You gotta think, man. Young people, they watch entertainment, man. They watch stuff. So if I'm gonna listen to anybody, if I can find somebody my age talking about the same stuff you talking about, I'm gonna watch him over you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you know,
you're playing yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
DJ Khaled, you played yourself.
You gotta make some rules around here. You gotta make your own mark around here. So if you ain't making your own mark, then you can't expect to be around long and expect people to respect what you do.
Right.
So
because there's something inside of each one of us that's unique to you, that only you can do, that only you have your own perspective on life that nobody else in this world has. Nobody. It might be a few similarities, but what you've seen and you've grown up with, and it's unique to you. You have your own imprint inside of your brain of everything that you've seen that forms your beliefs and everything about life around you in general. Use that. Don't go off of what I see and what I think is hot or you know, my perspective. Your perspective that you have on life is unique to you. You got to tap into that and use that shit.
Yeah, and matter of fact, we might as well keep talking about this shit because here's another good thing about that too. Us as content creators, I feel like, I don't even know if this is a real term, but we're like the 10%ers or the 1%ers of the world. And what I mean by that is we have a certain type of gift about us that a lot of people wouldn't understand. And just because you don't understand, that doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means that you don't understand. And things about content creators and creators in general, when they're actually tapping into their true creativity at that time, many people would say, well, the way I see you right now, this is the way I see you. So I think you're weird as fuck. I think you're crazy. You need to get back to doing whatever you're doing, and they dismiss you. And I think that's not the route to go. I think you have to be a little bit more open-minded when you deal with people like us as far as content creators, because we actually are the ones that form the game. And this is the reason why the Kanye's out and the Tupac's were out, and you know the Malcolm X's, and you know those people who are just left. And say whatever you want to say about the people who are left, but those people that are left, they're still left here today. Their pieces are left here today that we can go back and pick up on. Now, they were just putting out bullshit, it wouldn't even last this long. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Hitler messages are still here today, but everybody know that, you know, even though as bad of a man Hitler was, he was still a genius. The nigga was still a mass manipulator. Like, he had found an evil way to capture a whole empire and run a whole, you know, run a whole union of just full of hate. So that's some genius shit on his level. But all I'm saying is, everybody, if you're a creator, just understand that what you do today will manifest in the future, and don't be worried about what the people are saying and what they're and don't be worried about just don't be worried about riding the wave. I always say that we're in a tsunami generation. Don't be worried about the Snapchat wave, the Instagram wave, or everybody should be doing a nay, whatever. Whatever you feel is hot, you do that shit. And if you do it enough, and as long as it's good, I guarantee people gonna show up.
Mm-hmm. And even if that message doesn't like hit you, because you're not a content creator, you're not out here trying to do artistic things, whatever. You could just be a supporter or a fan. As a supporter or a fan, I hate like nothing wrong with being a fan. I hate stans. Like a motherfucker that just, they're so blind to the truth and they only see things one way through, no matter what the person no matter what the person they support does, they just follow them blindly. Like you can't live your life like that. You gotta hold people that you support. You gotta hold them accountable for what they do. Now that doesn't mean like you get to tell them what to do, or you can just blast their shit if you don't like it. It means holding them accountable, holding yourself accountable for your support that you give them. Because I just hate a stan ass motherfucker, man. Have your own opinion, have your own views, because the person you support is human. They make mistakes.
For real.
They're not perfect. And I think that we sometimes look at these people and expect them to be perfect and to never make a mistake. And when they do make a mistake, sometimes these stan-ass supporters act like they didn't make a mistake.
And those are the same people. Those are the same people that I would say they don't have a mind of their own.
Right.
Those are the people that I disable my comments for.
Right.
Those people right there.
Right.
Those people who don't give any type of benefit of a doubt to entertainers because they feel like they're supposed to be the Mr. Perfect and Miss Perfects of the world because they get money. They're in a great blessed position. Who to say that being an entertainer and being in Hollywood is being blessed? Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you see it on TV and because you hear everybody else saying, oh, you made it out. Or, oh, you're on TV. You're blessed. What if I'm saying you're blessed? You at the house. You get to be around your family every single day. You know what I mean? I'm not around my son every single day. Right. These are the sacrifices that I have to make, but I'm blessed. So, it depends on how you look at it, man. So those are the people who I disable my comments for, the people who can't make up their own opinion, and every time it's a wave, they gotta jump on that shit. It's the people who listen to commercial radio, commercial movies, the ones who buy those those people. Yeah. We're gonna call y'all those people. Those people.
Yeah, just have your own mind, man. Don't let anyone make up your mind for you about anything. God gave you a mind and he expects you to use it, not to let other people influence your thoughts, behavior. Make up your own opinions, man. I think that's all we're trying to say is have your own mind, and your mind could be telling you not to fuck with this or not to do this, or your mind just use your mind, your thoughts, because none of us are perfect, man. We all make mistakes, so have an open mind about everything.
Yeah. So, that's pretty much it, everybody. Make sure y'all keep checking in again. There's going to be more episodes dropping. Check out the previous episode of The Social Plug. I'm your boy, JB, Spoken Reasons. Follow me on Spoken Reason just about everything except for Facebook, Spoken Reason TV, but everything else, Spoken Reason. And, Troy.
Yeah, I'm Troy Lawson. You can hit me on Twitter. Troy Lawson Jr. I know some of y'all don't use that shit anymore, but I'm still on there. But Instagram, it's Troy NLA. Hit me on there, man. And I always reply to people. I don't act Hollywood or none of that shit, man. So any questions you got or anything you want to ask me, man, hit me on any of those social medias. It's still I Hate VA, the #1 on Snapchat. Hit me on there, man. I reply to everybody, man. So whatever questions y'all got, just let me know, man. We out here, man.
Yeah, and also, everybody, we put these episodes on our YouTube as well. So, one is on mine, one is on Troy's or whatever. So, like he said, if y'all have any question, hit us up on Twitter, hit us up in the comments on Instagram, hit up our emails or whatever. We'll get back to answering the questions on the next episode. We're going to start taking incoming calls real soon.
Yeah.
So y'all hold tight. We just building the platform, just making sure y'all fucking with us and whatever. And we only doing it for the people. We not doing it just to, just to try to satisfy everybody for the trend. It's just, two guys, two homies sitting around just putting our thoughts out there and just putting what we feel the game really needs right now.
Yeah, and I think what we're trying to do, we want to find like the core people that fuck with us. We're not out because we could make this. We could go into a studio, have the cameras and really make it polished and have all that, the gloss and everything on it. We really trying to find out who really fucks with us for us. Who really wants to come around and listen to things that we're talking about and give their opinions, because it's called a social plug. So we're trying to be social with you guys. So it's not about putting it on iTunes and SoundCloud. It's not about that right now. We really want to make this a forum where we discuss things that you guys care about. Not just all the time what we think is important. Interact with us on these social medias and on these different social media platforms. And believe me, we will get in here and talk about it. So just hit us up, man.
Yeah, y'all know. So it's your boy JB Spoken.
Yo, Troy Lawson.
All right, man. We out. Social plug.
Yes, sir.